Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello, hello. Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Fanny, keep
Hello, hello,
repeating
hello, hello.
yourself.
Fucking snowing here. I don't have time for this shit. Fucking motherfucking bitch, slut motherfucking whore. Bitch. Asshole.
Bitch.
Butthole. Fisting.
Bot.
Cockamamie. Butt sniffing fart knocker.
Bot. Bot.
Son of a botches.
Son of a bot.
You're all a bunch of son of a botches.
Son of a bot.
That sounds like a food.
Look, we're finna go to Chub Fods, so just chom down. It's not Cub Foods, it's Chub Fods. Because you get chubby and you eat Fods. Never mind. Alright, here we go. What a stupid Sunday. Okay. Here we go. Wait, let me have this open, because if I don't have it open... What is with these hentai game ads on this website? Okay, I'm going back out of here. We're not gonna use this one.
It's just tracking your browser history.
Oh God. I don't have any browser history.
Now
Is
the
it, you
NSA's gonna know I'm a furry. No.
Ooh,
They're gonna know I'm into YIF.
Big oof.
They're gonna find out that I'm into YIF. Here we go. I want this one. And I want this one open. This one and this one. Here we go.
Tom, what are you doing?
I'm opening the I'm opening the manga so I can see it. So I can just in case I have to refer to pages and shit.
For a
Here we
second,
go.
I thought you were window shopping, and I'm all like, what are you doing? No,
You thought I was what?
I thought you were window shopping.
Right now? No.
Yeah.
Oh, so because I was going, oh, I want this one and this one.
Yeah.
No, I don't got mine. I'm broke as a joke. Okay, here we go. Look at this. 2 minutes in. Welcome to the Anime Summon Manga Book Club. I'm holding up Pacho right now, but you can't see.
Oh, I can see.
Got him.
Here we go. The conclusion to Akira. So, like, what happened is Thanksgiving rolled around, and then we had to move some things around because people who really, really wanted to be, and it's like, that's no big deal. Like, Manga Book Club is just Manga Book Club. We can move things around. No problem. You know what I mean? So
We can do whatever we want.
yeah, so just like for future, if you guys are listening to this, for future, if you're in the Manga Book Club for whatever reason, and you don't want to miss a meeting, you know, just let us know, and if you're okay with missing it, then it's fine. But it's just Manga Book Club, you know, we just move it around. It's no big deal. But it's the same people here this week as it has been in previous weeks. We got DB, Relax with Snorlax, and Sen, and of course me and Danny, the host of Anime Summit Podcast. And so thank you guys for coming again. But like, yeah, no, like DB had like Thanksgiving a weekend earlier, and then Thanksgiving happened, and then
rough.
yeah, and it wasn't a big deal. We just moved it around, so we just was like, now for today's meeting, we're just gonna talk about volumes 5 and 6 and conclude the reading of Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo. I like, you could hear me in previous meetings. Excuse me. You could hear me in previous meetings get excited about the other people in Manga Book Club to get to volume 4, because that's when like everything is like changed. People are trying to survive. There's a fucking cult. Akira's like on the throne, and he's like messing around with people's heads, and like the meaning of life is like a thing, and it's like, oh, it's crazy. And 5 and 6 is like, here we go. So at the end of volume 4, Kaneda was not present at all. because he got caught in the explosion at the end of Volume 3, so he was not present in Volume 4 at all, and then he reappeared. And I think we had said, what did we say? Where did we say he was last time? That he was just like in between.
Outside the stream.
Yeah, he was outside the time stream,
I
guess.
just outside of the dimension. It's almost kind of like I said. I think I said this last time too. It reminds me of the live stream from Final Fantasy VII.
He's in the upside down. He's in the upside down.
It's like he was It was like he was shunted out of the dimension or something.
Right, and I think Lady Miyako explains it too. But like, either way, I think to be honest with you, I almost kind of like it a little better that we did it this way, because I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit just in case. There we go. I almost like it that we did it better this way, just because I feel like you should read 5 and 6 together almost. Like it's just like this real huge kind of build up to the climax. That's what she said. And like and I think it's just perfect. So let's just kind of start with going through Volume 5. What did you guys think?
Yes.
Yes.
I also have thoughts.
I too read it.
I'm trying to remember what happened in 5.
Well, in the beginning of 5, they brought in one of the American warships, one of the American military warships brought in as a carrier ship, I think. Mac is gonna murder me for not knowing probably what that is, but like, they brought in a bunch of scientists from all over the world, and they also brought in like somebody who's supposed to be like the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like into like metaphysics and things like that. They brought in a bunch of physicians, top scientists. One guy's from Russia, I think. There's another guy from America.
There's a couple of them. Yeah, like they're pretty much like a lot of top scientists all over the world, and they just came together on this one ship. It's kind of like how what's that place called?
What do you mean?
Not the Soviet Union. It's something Union.
Okay, well.
Anyway.
Reunion.
I don't know what it is. I forgot.
Anyway, it's
United Nations.
Say it again.
Lithuania.
United Nations.
I don't know. Whatever. I'll
Okay.
look it up later.
Anyway, Danny's bad at geology, so like,
Hell yeah.
or geography, I mean.
Cinematography.
Cinematography. But like, so the idea is, I think this warship is kind of stationed at one of the parts of the sea where we occupy, like Japan, around that area, and they all come aboard this ship and they're like, okay, the Japan situation, everyone died, what do we do? And they're like, well, we fucking told y'all not to do this shit, so now we gotta come in and clean up your shit. So that actually takes up a good like the first 15 or so pages of them gathering and talking and reintroducing each other.
And didn't the moon happen in 5? I think.
Yeah,
I believe
I
so.
think
Because
Assface flew up to the moon or something.
they're giving a demonstration because they're having a party.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like,
an assembly
rally
kind
the
of,
citizens.
because they like Akira was losing faith of like belief. So because the citizens who were in the Tokyo Empire heard rumors that they were they were spiking food and which they were. So, which I really
yeah, and
symbolism of the real world. So
and Tetsuo at the beginning of it was away for a little bit.
yeah, he came back. So
He was away doing some like meditating and some rather random crazy shit.
cleansing.
Yeah, But like, yeah, in chapter, I think it's chapter 3, they're having this rally, and the announcer guy's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Master Tetsuo," and he kind of just walks out, and he looks at Akira and goes, "The Moon Lord," and he goes, "The moon," and he's just like, "Yes, my lord," and then he jumps up to the moon, and basically,
Blows a hole in it.
yeah, he punches a hole in it. Probably a crater.
Weird
big.
flex, but okay.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, but go off.
Actually, chapter 3, is actually when Tetsuo goes to he like transports himself to the ship, the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, he like
No,
instantaneous
sends him-
transmissions from Dragon Ball Z and just like shows up with the ship.
Yeah, yeah. So and then, like the Dalai Lama is all like, "He's coming." Everyone's like, "He's coming." So
Yeah, that's such a weird thing. Like, why is like the Dalai Lama have like this ability to like sense when he's coming? It's just like I'm like, sure, you haven't really like set any rules down, so I guess it's fine, but
Odd.
I don't know.
well, that because when you're a Buddhist like that, and you meditate and you just don't do anything, because that's exactly what he was doing. And when you meditate and you open your third eye, you can sense more than your actual eye.
Mm.
So all of your senses are in. That's why that he was.
So he's really good at procrastinating.
Okay, sure. Moving on.
Danny, if you can get a little closer to your mic. I don't know, you're cutting out a lot.
Is that better?
There you go.
Yes.
No, I'm still talking about volume 5. In chapter 4, Tetsuo is like all cold, and chapter 3 is when he goes to the moon. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you're reading. Well, according to this website, it could be messed up, but it's not till
Was it
it's not till chapter 5 where I think he goes to the it's chapter 5 he goes to the ship.
I don't remember when it
Wow.
was,
Oh,
but there was
okay.
a change in Tetsuo's appearance. I feel like it was at the beginning of chapter 5, but he's just like I don't know, it's like he's bathed in light all the time. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like he looks different.
Yeah, his hair's like sticking up.
Mhm.
It's like no longer black anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
His-
been enlightened.
Yeah, his brain looks a little bigger too. Like his head just in general looks a little bigger. I don't know if that's supposed to
That's
symbolize.
mean, man.
I don't know if that's supposed to symbolize like his brain growing because of or swelling
Big
up.
brain energy.
He had a brain blast.
But yeah, there's like that. Then his arm starts kind of forming into that.
Mm.
It's like his arm is evolving too quick.
Mhm.
And
I figured he
Oh,
just like
they-
no. I figured No Nut in November ended like the day before, and then that was just like the aftermath.
that was the aftermath.
That's
Because I tell you, right now as we're recording, it's December 2nd. So I mean, But
I think
He became a
Lady
Super
Mia-
Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he became.
Well, so
I
there's
think-
a part where that finally kind of comes to a head, and they're like, "Dude, go check on Tetsuo." He's like, "Dude, I don't want to go." He's like, "Yeah, you fucking go look over there."
Mhm.
And he's
Yeah,
like, "No, I don't."
yeah.
It's like, "No, I don't want to." It's like, just fucking look over there.
They were and
I
they were
don't
all
wanna-
like they wanted to go because Kaori went over to go see him and stuff,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
and Kaori didn't come back, so the guy was all like, "Go get Kaori." And he's all like, "What?
Uh-huh.
Why? Why do I have to go? I'm scared."
But yeah, then he
Mhm.
so there's like a big explosion happened, and then it kind of pans over to Tetsuo, and he's pretty much
Yes.
like there's like 3/4 of his body's just missing, and he's
Mhm.
kind of
Mhm.
converging with the wires in the stadium, and his body's like forming back again. Half of his face is missing, half of his like whole body is missing. He's missing an arm, and he kind of he kind of reformulates back perfectly almost, except for his left arm, obviously, because his left arm is fucked up. And he lost it before, but.
Lady Miyako, I think she explained it at one point. She was talking about how it was like his power was exceeding the limits of his body. It was like searching for, anything else to absorb. It was like I think she likened it to his body was a cage for his power.
Well, because at the end of the day, it's like he's still a human, and that's how we started out, and it's like, shit. And then the Dalai Lama guy, well, I always fucking forget his name. We'll just call him the Dalai Lama guy.
We'll just call him the Dalai Lama. That's his new name.
He senses it, and he goes, like, the power is like, it's happening, like, it's happening now, or whatever. And they're like, oh, shit. And then he teleports to the ship, and he's like, hey, fuck you guys. And they start trying to shoot him and shit. And then, oh, you know what? The part that Danny was talking about earlier, I remember now. Okay. Where he teleports over to the ship.
That was the
and
first time.
Yeah, he asked
That was
some
the
questions.
first time he
Okay.
teleported.
Yeah, he's like, asking him questions and shit.
Because he found out, he's like, so I hear you guys talking about, like, you want to get rid of me and stuff like that. And, like, he was looking at the papers and stuff. So,
My bad,
and then the second time, he went, but, like, he was, like, a part of the ship.
Yeah. So let's talk about the real moment in Volume 5 real quick. Kei and Kaneda getting it on.
They only kiss.
I know. I know, that's a joke. You ruined it. Okay, anyway, so, like, they're getting it on.
Chicka wow wow.
Let us make out with tongues. Except there probably wasn't any tongue. They probably just kissed. But no, it was like, that was kind of a nice moment.
So, like, finally.
Yeah, it's like, jeez.
It's like, God, man. But even before,
like, yeah, but nah.
But he even said, like, not Kaneda. Yes, Kaneda. He even said, he's like, wait a minute, like, why are you saying this? Because she wanted to kiss him because, like, she felt like that this was gonna be the last moment that she was gonna see him, and, like, he didn't believe her. He's like, no, fuck this. Like, I'm not gonna kiss you now. I'm not gonna give you this satisfaction. You're gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna hit the living shit out of Tetsuo on, and then I'm gonna come back. So it was like that typical, like, kind of like end of the world movie that you usually see in, like, the 90s.
And I liked that he walked away first, and then he came back. And
oh yeah, and he's all like, "Oh, I forgot something."
Yeah, it was so cute.
It's like, you know what? Fucking love you.
Yeah.
I'm manly enough to admit it. That's kind of what it seemed like. It was really cute. But yeah, no, that's a nice moment. I liked that. Considering in a lot of anime and manga, there's always like, hand holding, but, like, they never end up together or some bullshit like that, whatever. But that was nice to have. Yeah. So how did this
Chiako's
one?
back.
Huh?
Chiako.
Oh yeah, Chiako's she's a badass.
She's back.
She looked good with her hair down. She's kind of a babe.
Yeah, she's awesome, dude.
She's like permanently 12.
And, like, also too, like.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Chiako.
We were talking about Chiako, not Kaori.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Obviously, I mean, yeah, Kaori should permanently be 12 because she's fucking 12.
No, Chiako though, dude. She's fucking. And this is what I was trying to mention earlier too. A couple meetings ago, where I was like, well, later when it changes, it almost looks like she loses a little bit of, like, her belly and gains more muscle, because, like, of the situation. Not that matters, but it's just like it's cool that they. I don't know if they did that on purpose or what, but it kind of looked like that. But
she got more boobies. I feel like in the past, like first volumes, when you see Chiyako, she doesn't really have too much. Like she doesn't. All she got was just like these stubs on her chest. Now, like
stubs on her chest.
Now she got like some boobies on her.
Some double D's.
Some double D's.
Oh my god.
Or even some, or even double F's.
Maybe it's because like she can only find shirts that are like 2 sizes too small after
Yeah,
For
the
sure.
those are the
Yeah,
only ones
yeah.
that exist there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, God damn it, I can't find any shirts that fit me.
Yeah, because maybe in the beginning she's like, I'm not trying to look like show my boobies
She's got like
right now.
yeah, she's got like the same issue most like girls in horror movies have, where they just can't wear clothes that fit them. So they just like look slutty running away from the slasher guy. It's just like you
I'm
didn't
not
think about
mad
this,
about
did
it.
you? I mean, I guess not. No.
I also love the very ending of 5. Where...
Wait, before that, I have to say, Kay has some knockers on her too.
Oh yeah, we saw.
Yeah, we got
We
the.
saw
We
some bodies.
yeah,
some
that's right.
K. We saw some K boobies.
Yeah, we got some titties. Ooh.
Sex.
Oofed them. Oh.
We got to see the butt too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd take those pills to see that. Hell yeah.
He's like 12.
K? No, K's...
Kay is like 17.
No,
We're not talking about Kaori. What the fuck?
Oh, I'm gonna look it up. No, I think...
He's gotta be like 19 or something.
No, I think
She's
K
got-
is older, because she's like...
Yeah, she might be in her like 20s.
Oh, she's 17.
Yeah,
Oh.
17. I was
Well-
right. Yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah, fucking
Gross,
validated.
then.
Lost
Ew.
5, right. I just redeemed myself.
Sex.
Sex.
Way to end silent.
Fucking relax
She
and
got some
Snorlax.
boobies on her.
I myself am not into 17-year-olds, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Same.
gross.
No, she's still hot though. But like, anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But no, though. But no, seriously. But no. Anyway,
But no.
at the end of 5,
Boobies.
I really at the end of 5, I really like, and I mean, like it was happening before throughout just the whole volume, but what's left over of Kaneda's gang and what's left over of the clown gang kind of formed together, because it turns out that Fat Man, or whatever his name is, has been gathering. Yeah, Joker has been fucking gathering like any parts he could find that work just to complete vehicles and bikes and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, they're like, "Okay, dude, let's ride into that stadium and fuck up Tetsuo. He's a fucking prick." Like,
Yeah.
They don't have the best plan for
no, they don't. It's literally
psychic murder dude.
It's
They
literally
were,
just
weren't
like
they
we're
like
fighting.
trying to plan it, and Kaneda was like, "No, fuck that. We're
Yeah,
no
they
plan
were.
here."
They're like, "Okay,
Hey,
so
like, don't need it.
so here's the stadium." It's like, dude, fuck you. Like, doesn't mean
Let's
shit.
take your plan and shove it up his ass. Just
I
I
like
love him.
whatever.
Here's what we do. Here's the stadium, and Kaneda's like, "Here's my fist, Tetsuo's face. Let's go." It's gonna be 2 hits, me hitting him hitting the floor, and then
Yeah,
we can go home. Kaneda, dude, shut up. No, I got this. And they all just like, he just kind of takes
Bulletproof
off.
plan. Yeah.
Dude, solid. 10 out of 10. But they even got one of those tanky things too. And then Joker mounts a minigun on it. So they
the rolly thing.
yeah, the rolly thing with the legs on the front.
The ice cream ball.
Yeah. And so they're rolling down the seating of the Coliseum, or whatever you call it, bleachers. And they're like, "Let's do it." And it's just a bunch of bikes, dudes on bikes, and then Kaneda and oh my god, what's the guy's name? His friend's name.
Kaisuke.
Yeah. And they all roll down. It was awesome.
And then you got Akira on the back with a lollipop in hand?
It's a scepter.
Oh, okay.
It's his king's scepter, yeah. This is kind of why I said it is kind of nice that we did them together, because the action it ends right when the action starts, right when they charge down. So it's like, oh shit.
You kind of gotta read the next one.
Right, and it's cool because the first couple pages are always in color. Just to reiterate to the people listening who weren't part of it, the version we're reading is the Dark Horse Comics version, where it was comprised into 6 volumes. 6 very thick books. You probably know what I'm talking about. They got those at Barnes and Noble. But yeah, the first couple pages are always in color, and I think it was like that in the comic books too. But anyway, there's a nice double page spread of Kaneda and Keisuke in the rolly tank thing, and a biker guy below it with a gun, and that's where it says the title Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo. That was a cool fucking that's a cool picture. The front cover of this volume actually I have as a poster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as in.
I really loved the cover for volume 5 with Tetsuo, and he's like, it's in green, and he's got like the wires and all this stuff coming out from the back of him.
Oh yeah, it's like the moment where he exploded and he's coming back together.
That was sick.
It's super dope. It's like part of him now. He's like ominous and smiling, all creepy. So what'd you guys think of volume 6? What'd you guys think of the action start? It goes right back into it, from the colored pages to like the one army guy who like was dropped there undercover is now in it too with his gun, and he's shooting people, killing bitches. He did a rendezvous. Kaori is on her way to Tetsuo on the floor in the middle of the Coliseum.
Yeah, she's like crawling.
And at this point, like, it's very clear that Tetsuo cares about Kaori because he can't control it anymore, and he's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get out of here. And then this is where he starts his it's becoming too rampant for his body now, for sure, and he cannot stop it this time. So yeah.
This one really.
Falling off.
What did you say?
I was just like, chunks of him are falling off, like in huge, out of his left arm. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say this one really like flew by. Like I went through this one in no time because the entire volume is climax.
Yeah. Which you can imagine if you were one of the people reading it in comic book form. And the next issue didn't come out until next month, and you're just like, oh!
That would be.
So the way they divided these volumes up that's a great point, because the way they've divided the volumes up was perfect, in my opinion. The first 3 are the introduction to Neo Tokyo and the characters and the conflict, and then the last half is the aftermath of said conflict and climax, and then the last volume is the whole climax. But yeah, this is the let's go after Tetsuo one more time. This has to be it right here, otherwise he's gonna destroy the world. It already becomes super fucking apparent though that that's happening. He also destroys the soul satellite laser in this one too, I think, right? Because the colonel has, like, he had been working in the past volume, he had been working with a scientist guy because it was still orbiting the Earth, and he had been working with the scientist guy to make a new remote for it, because obviously their little truck thing that they used before got destroyed.
Were there 2 of them, or? Oh,
maybe there was 2 of them.
Because there was the one.
2 of the soul satellite.
Because there was the one that like the government was trying to hack into,
No, that was the
No,
No,
same
that's the
one.
same one. There's
That
only
was
one soul.
that was the same one. Yeah, there was only
Okay.
one. The thing was, once like the government got control and they hacked Soul, they renamed it for that,
It
like
was
for
like
their reference. Yeah.
Floyd or something.
Yeah, or Floyd. Yeah, it was like Floyd or something like that. But it was still the same satellite.
Okay.
And then
Because I thought-
when the colonel tried to like use the laser again, he couldn't control it
Right.
because the government got control of it.
Right. Now that at this point, now like that's a good point. Danny fucking reminded me because I totally forgot. At this point, now there's just too many. There's too many people in the kitchen right now. Okay, there's the
Yeah, there's too many cooks. There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
There's the biker gang. There's the colonel. There's the Great Tokyo Empire. And then there's Tetsuo. And I say Tetsuo on his own because at this point he just doesn't care about
Anybody.
the Great Tokyo
Even
Empire or
separate.
nothing.
He's separate from Akira even.
Yeah. At this point he's just like, nah, dude, it ain't like that. Then there's Kei, and then the priests and Miyako and all them. They're one group, I like to think. But it only gets in like 20-30 some pages before Tetsuo fully turns into this giant
Baby.
Embryo.
Giant monster baby. It's great.
Berserk.
Yeah, which I've heard people refer to it as the fetus of God, which is nasty sounding. But you fucking look at him and it's
Fetus
just
of
I
like,
like how when I forget when exactly it was, but it was when Kei was fighting it, and I think it was Lady Miyako when they were like talking to her telepathically, and she was like, she was like, is it regression or rebirth? And I was like, damn, that's deep.
that's deep, dude. Oh yeah, right here. I just fucking scrolled to it. Regression or rebirth. Draw forth the power bursting from within. Do not be afraid, Kay. It's like, dude, I don't fucking know what this is. Just a big baby.
Can I just say that I don't like how Kairi died.
Oh yeah.
Can I just say that? I'm not gonna explain why I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I don't like
I'll explain it
that
later.
Kaori died.
Yeah.
But
It was great.
Like I was, and some knows why I'm saying that, and I think Sen knows why I'm saying it too. I hope you guys know why.
I don't know why.
Because she's 12?
No, some, without like saying anything.
the fuck, we're already finished.
Oh yeah.
What?
Does it have to do
You
with
know
the
why.
movie?
It's something
Yeah.
that the guys say to her before. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, she gets gunned down, okay, but it's by the right hand dude with the fucking tie.
Right.
Fuck
know,
that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
It's they're all trying to get to Lord Tetsuo, as they refer to him, and they blame her and say certain things to her and everything. And it's also a very horrific scene because she's running away and they shoot her in the back.
But that, and also like how, like that's exactly like how she died. I'm just like, that's dumb. There was another way that she died way better.
Yeah, in the movie, it's
Don't say it. Don't say it.
That's alright. I forgot because there's people here who haven't seen the movie.
It's different than the movie?
Dude, the movie. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. Just watch the movie.
Yeah,
I forgot that
don't
Relax
say
with
it.
Snorlax and DB still hasn't
DB
seen
never
the,
saw
yeah,
it. Yeah.
they haven't seen the movie.
So.
But
yeah, that's why I was just like, ugh, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, so.
At this point, Tetsuo senses it, and he actually comes out in his regular form slightly, a little bit. He's naked. You can see his pee-pee. And his legs are crackled. His arm is back. his body's kind of cracked open. He senses it just for a moment, and he comes out of the baby all fucking weird like. And man, it's like there's so much to cover in this. It's fucking crazy. But
there's literally no time for rest at all in volume 6.
These first volume 5 and 6 are pretty much like chaos. A lot of shit is going on.
And 6 only happens over it can't be more than like a few hours, right?
It's a matter of hours. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's probably like 2 to 4 hours, something like that.
Yeah. Crazy.
And then Tetsuo sees Kaori on the floor, and this is just the first chapter I'm talking about. Like this is not even. There's so much happens, and he loses his shit again. He kills everyone, and it's awesome. And
it's awesome.
I mean, when the moment I always love moments in like anime or manga or TV or whatever, where I love revenge moments, even if it's the bad guy doing it. Like I fucking love it. I'm like, dude, fucking that's right. Get that son of a bitch. He killed your husband or wife or whatever. Fucking get him. Cut his head off and then skull fuck it. Anyway, I love those moments. But he turns back into the baby, and he goes crazy.
Freaking ugly ass baby.
And then he starts killing everyone by choking them, except for Akira. He doesn't do anything to Akira. But people be dying. This is still the first chapter.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like how is anyone left alive in the city?
And then he turns back. And then he's trying to.
That was heartbreaking because he just kept trying to go to Kaori, go to her body, and people kept trying to kill him, and he just keeps trying to go back to her. That was really freaking sad.
Yeah. Then there's one detailed section where he gets shot in the arm and he goes, ow. And he looks over and it's just the one soldier guy. And
I see it right now.
Yeah, it's like page 82. He basically
just...
just...
well, 68 really. It's when like that one soldier like was trying to aim for the guy with the tie, and like it just like slid past him and it hit Tetsuo in the arm. And then he realized, like that, he almost formed into that like baby thing. And then that's when like it goes into chapter 2, and then eventually he got hit by that like whatever it's called, that gun that the Americans had, and then they realized that it was like a drug. So Tetsuo
it was like a biological warfare type thing.
Yeah, and Tetsuo can control the power again. So
yeah, it was weird. He like absorbed the chemicals into his brain.
Yeah.
Into his brain. Insane.
But
membrane.
I was glad that the fucking Thai guy died. I was like, good, you deserve it, fucking asshole. I couldn't stand him. He was annoying.
And then Kaneda finally gets to him. And he's just laughing like, oh, Kaisuke, Kaneda, what's up? And it's like, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, this whole thing, what you're doing? No. Like, he busts out the laser rifle. And he tells Kaisuke, he's like, dude, take the kid, get out of here.
I actually cried later in this volume. I forget what chapter it was, but when it like Tetsuo, he couldn't control his body anymore, and he every time he saw, or like even when Kaneda wasn't there, he was just like uttering like, Kaneda, help me, and I cried a lot.
Yeah, it's almost like because he started having flashbacks of when they were kids, right? And then he's just kind of like.
And he was like he could tell that he was gonna die, and it was so sad.
It was really sad.
Well, you also have to remember. I mean, Sam even said it. Like, he's still human. Like, even though he has all this power and everything, and wants to rule the world or whatever, he has planned. He still has emotions, especially when like all this shit is happening to him. His body is deforming and all this crap is happening. He can't, and he has no control over it. Of course, like he's gonna be terrified and gonna ask for help at least. So, there is still that side of him that you feel sympathy for.
Right.
And the fight between him and Kaneda when he's in his regular form in chapter 2 of volume 6 is pretty cool. Kaneda's able to somehow stay alive. I just like fucking, and then he punches him in the face one time, which is like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I felt like it should have been
he kicks him while he's down.
Yeah. He starts kicking him because Tetsuo's starting to get sick. And there's even a point where Tetsuo was like, dude, stop, like, don't, and he keeps kicking him.
Yeah. Because I don't think Tetsuo actually wants to kill Kaneda. That's what it seemed like, at least.
It almost seemed like he just wanted to assert himself over Kaneda, because Kaneda was always the leader.
Kaneda's always been, he's always been the leader and everything. And I feel like throughout that whole quarrel, Tetsuo just wanted to up one him. Up one.
Yeah.
Up one.
One up.
One up. Whatever.
He wanted to 3P him.
Maybe like on some level, like Kaneda is like immune in some ways to these powers, just like because of the event that happened with Akira's explosion at the end of volume 3. Like maybe it's not just that Tetsuo doesn't want to hurt Kaneda, but that like he can't in some way.
I'd like to think that it's their friendship.
Yeah.
Friendship.
There's one page I gotta point out too during that fight where after he's done kicking him on the ground, Kaneda's like, you like that, you fucking junkie? And then Tetsuo's like, shut up, and he tries to throw a blast at Kaneda, but it goes behind him, which kind of starts signifying that he can't control it very well anymore, and he can't he's being irrational and not thinking about the fight. And then fucking Kaneda sees that he's got an opportunity, so he jumps. They're on the bleachers, and Tetsuo is lower, on some lower seating, a couple steps down, and Kaneda fucking jumps and RKO's him.
Yeah.
And just elbow clotheslines him on the way down.
Yeah.
On his throat, so then he kind of starts coughing blood.
And yeah.
And then Kaneda even calls him out on it and says, "Oh, you got problems with your power? Like, doesn't look like you can control it very well anymore." And
he's such a badass. I love him.
I know, he's fighting a god.
He probably doesn't know it's a god though.
No,
he's like, oh, it's my friend.
Right, he probably doesn't think of it like that. He just thinks of it that Tetsuo's being a little bitch.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I'm tired of your crap. Like, I'm so sick of your shit. I'm just gonna smack some sense into you right quick. And it's just funny. Like, what if he processes it later, and he has children with K, and he's like an old man, and he has grandkids, and he's like, look, when I was your age,
I was fighting gods.
I punched a god in the face.
I punched a giant demon baby.
I punched a giant. I wasn't going around listening to dubstep and playing Fortnite like you little bitches.
My friend punched the moon, so I kicked him in the fucking face. Put him in his place. Like, holy shit, Grandpa. How many drugs were there when you were a kid? Holy shit.
There was plenty, and we liked it.
Took some from a girl I used to bang in the school.
weren't online. We did lines. But no, seriously though.
Oh my god, I had to mute myself because I was coughing while I was laughing at the time.
Oh man. So
But
go
wait,
ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
so Sam and Sen, you guys saw the movie, so
I actually saw that.
throughout,
Yeah, I saw the movie first. Yeah, when I was a
yeah,
kid.
I saw the movie first as well. But after you've read this whole thing, wouldn't you think that this would have been an awesome show?
Yeah,
Or
for
at
sure.
least like a movie trilogy, like a series.
I would not mind if they did like a movie trilogy or even something like, and obviously I know that's out of the question because they want,
Oh yeah,
they
it's
want
never going to happen.
but it like, oh man, I wonder if I mentioned this in our Anime Fantasies podcast.
We might have.
We might have. But like it would have been cool. I would not mind if they did like a Harry Potter treatment to it where it had 7, or a Digimon Tri treatment to it where it had 6 movies or 7 movies.
Yeah.
Obviously, like that's, a trilogy is probably a bit more feasible. You could probably fit the first 2 volumes in one, the second 2 volumes in another, and the last 2 volumes in the third movie.
Because of course they would definitely have to like rework the whole, like they would have to start from scratch. They wouldn't even be able to use any of the material from the actual movie. Yeah. So because I feel like they kind of just meshed everything all into one, and I feel like the movie in a way is kind of like you know how like YouTube has those such and such movie in 5 minutes, or something like that. That's pretty much what the Akira movie is. It's just like a short synopsis of all 6 volumes.
A lot is cut out, yeah.
A lot is cut out and changed to fit a movie, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I think I actually preferred the ending in the movie to this one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I don't want to compare them because the movie is so different compared to the
it's hard to
compared to the manga, so it's hard to compare, and you don't want to compare.
Right, and I don't know if that's the reason why I didn't like this ending as much, but without spoiling it or anything, I feel like the endings are there's some similarities, but it feels like the ending in the movie was the stakes were clearer, and because of that the stakes were higher, and there's no sense of real willing sacrifice in this ending that I kind of missed. But that's that's my bias from having seen the movie before reading it.
I kind of understand where you're coming from with that one a little bit. I think in the manga ending there was more characters to get attached to that ended up dying.
Yeah, that's actually true, because there were a lot more characters throughout this whole entire manga that you definitely got attached to. So especially, for example, Chiyoko, when she got hurt, like severely hurt, you're like on the edge of your seat, like, oh god, is she gonna die? Like, when is she going, what is she gonna die? Is she gonna die? How is she gonna die?
And there's characters that you are made not to care about in the movie, like the Colonel. You end up caring about him here.
Yeah. And then there's a little bit more deep sense of Kaneda and Tetsuo's connection at the ending here in the manga.
Right.
When the explosions finally happen at the end, he goes through like all these. There's like there's 2 whole pages or 2 whole sections of the book where they
The
go.
flashback.
Yeah, all the flashbacks. It takes up both pages.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of little crooked panels all put together. You see where Yamagata died. You see a part of the clowns looking at Tetsuo.
And that was one thing that, like, as I was looking at it, I was like, I wish I could have seen this, you know, animated.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a really heart-tugging moment.
Right. I'm trying to look something up here. There we go. Like fucking closed on me. Here we go. There's but I still do kind of agree with what Sen said. I think maybe that is another big reason why they changed around a lot of things and things like that, just to kind of make it a little bit more streamlined. You do get a little bit more sense of the Akira project in the manga, though, too.
Right.
You see Akira as a kid acting normal. And you do see him acting normal for a second right before he absorbs the explosion, also. And then you see Tetsuo crying as a kid, and Kaneda's like, dude, those kids from the projects, a bunch of bitches. I got you. It's okay. And he's like, well, I'm Tetsuo. He's like, dude, I'm Kaneda. Let's be homies. And it's really sad.
I have to say, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, you see Kaneda cry.
Right. Yeah. That's like the first real emotion, aside from all the anger and lashing out, that you ever see with Kaneda.
Yep, I'm actually going to, and I know the listeners can't see this, but I'm going to screen cap this page so you guys can see what I'm looking at right now.
But
Go
I
ahead,
was
go ahead.
also I was also disappointed on, like, you know, when like all the commotion was over and done with and everything, and the I want to say, like, the Americans came and, like, had medical supplies and food and everything like that, you know, helping everyone. And then all of a sudden, like, Kaneda's gang was all like, we don't want you here. It's all like, dude, come on, like, they're giving you shit, like,
Right.
you know, don't act like the Tokyo Empire, you know, that you were fighting against. So
I mean, you literally just punched God in the face, and then, you know, I don't think this military's really gonna bother him that much.
He's not taking no shit.
But
I feel the same way. I feel like I don't know, the ending was not what I expected, but, like, I also don't know what I would have wanted instead, you know?
Yeah, same here.
I don't know how better it could have been done, but I know that I don't know. I'm not trying to rag on it. It was good.
I ain't hating.
Yeah.
I do want to point out one really key important scene, though. A couple volumes ago, there's a part where Kay is in a room.
Yeah.
And she sees like a phased, flashed version of Kaneda.
Yeah.
And he's like,
all of
Kay.
those, like, apparitions. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, she's like, oh my god, Kaneda, like. And it's revealed that while Akira is in the midst of the explosions getting absorbed, when he's traveling through, like, interdimensionally, that he appeared in front of Kay at that moment, and that's what we're seeing.
All of those moments, when they both see him in the hall, when Kay and Kaneda both see Kaneda in the hallway, and they're like, did you see that? And it was like he was on fire. And then when the city's being flooded and Kaneda sees the same thing of, like, Kay, and she passes through him, and it was all kind of like, not time travel, but kind of time travel ish.
So I felt it was more like, because they're, like, leaving the time stream and they're in this, like, no man's land, so they can go back or forward to any point in the stream without actually corporeally affecting it and appear there as this, like, ectoplasm form. but they can only physically affect things where they currently exist in the stream.
Right.
So it's like, I don't. It's a good way to write time travel type things, and I appreciate that they took the time to actually write it into the previous volumes, and that shows forethought and very good.
Yep. And then this is, in my opinion, the best part of it. Is, you know, so now in between both explosions, Kaneda's trapped, the apparition thing happens, and I'm pretty sure this is Tetsuo talking, right? It shows a part where Kaneda's on a swing as a kid, and he's like, Tetsuo, where are you? He was supposed to meet me here. And he's like, Tetsuo was gone or whatever. And then he goes back into adult Kaneda, and then there's like this ghostly voice that appears that says, you must leave as well. And he goes, for those who need you, you must go back. And I always like to think that that's Tetsuo going, like, no, I'm going to push you away now. Like, I'm going to push you back into where you're supposed to be.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah, like it's like his last gift before he goes, because at this point he realizes that Akira is absorbing him and bringing him to another plane or dimension or whatever. I read this somewhere in the ending in the movie and in here when the explosion gets absorbed and all that shit, that Tetsuo goes to another dimension where there is nothing, and he creates the universe there. So like, I don't know if that's for real or not. I have to read, maybe I should read some interviews with Katsuhiro, but like, that would be fucking cool, because that would, I mean, they could technically do like more Akira story if that was the case, right? Because he could create a new universe that was from things that were in his memory, and create a new Kaneda and Joker and biker gang and stuff like that he would be the god of, you know. But God, we're getting into like some fucking religious metaphysics, time stream, crazy shit.
That's exactly what it is, though.
Yeah, that's a big theme in this. It's the meaning of life and what is beyond our thinking and things like that. So at the very end of this, as a whole, what do you guys think of the manga?
I loved it. I want to watch the movie. I want to read it again. I feel like there's so much more that I can get out of this by reading it another time. I really loved it.
I too really loved it. I'm trying to decide if I think it's 10 out of 10 or not. I don't know, but
I'd give it a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5.
I definitely probably would give it a 9, for sure. What about you guys? Relax with Snorlax, DB, Danny?
I know I put it on my anime list, the score I gave it. I think I gave it a 6.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. Mostly because, like, I don't know. And I was reading Berserk at the time, and so then I'm like, oh, I want to read Berserk, and it's like, oh, wait, there's this manga book club stuff. I need to also read Akira. I'm like, okay, let's read Akira. And then I'm like, it's like that picture where that guy's like looking at that other girl, and it's like that with Berserk. I'm like, I need it. But then I'm like, okay, we'll sit down and watch it. I mean, like, it wasn't bad. I didn't watch the movie. I'm probably gonna watch it later tonight.
Okay.
Probably.
DB, what are you thinking?
It was fine.
Damn.
So it's not the type of manga I really, really enjoy, but I can appreciate its artistic value and that it is a very good work. It's just not my cup of tea, so it was fine.
Do you know what? I appreciate that, though, because you were still willing to be... Because when we announced that we were reading Akira, you were one of the first people to be like, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool, because there's not a lot of people who would do that. I'm one of those people who wouldn't normally like do that. I'd be like, oh, you're watching this? I don't want to watch that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, this sounds dumb. I don't want to watch it. But you still did it, and you were in every meeting, and that's really cool. And I think it's good to have different perspectives, and you still read all of them. And
cultured.
To be, yeah. You knew that Akira was
You
kind
read
of...
history. You
Yeah.
read history, and Akira
Yeah.
is a freaking big deal to, like, the anime community.
You're good at history and geography, unlike Danny. That's good.
Yeah,
Um,
I could say
Shut
I've read it, and I have. So there we go.
Yeah, now when you tell your grandchildren, be like, listen, when I was your age, we didn't have this K-pop and whatever shoujo you're reading now. We had Akira and Katy Perry
And Berserk.
and Berserk.
Berserk will still probably be pumping out volumes by that time.
It will be.
Yeah.
We can only dream.
I do want to mention too that Akira.
Oh, we don't want to know what Danny feels about it.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
that's-
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
Who's
cool. My
Danny?
opinion isn't important.
If you're gonna be like that, then no. Like.
No, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It's definitely a page turner, and I can finally say, oh, I read it. You know, not just like I didn't just watch the movie. I can say I watched the movie and I read the manga. So, it's definitely it's a 9 for me. So.
And you actually owned the first like 3 volumes of it, the Dark Horse
Yes.
ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So I just the reason why it's a 9 is because I just like the movie better. I feel. I don't know. That one.
Go on.
It's just like just the sole fact that like the movie practically saved the anime industry. And how like such little details in the movie were so carefully drawn and everything. I just value that a lot, and like I can definitely appreciate the manga too, because you know that takes time, because the manga was hand drawn as well. So I can definitely appreciate its artistry and everything, and plus it's a part of Japanese history. So, yeah.
For sure. I do really want to quick mention a couple things. I think everyone in the meeting right now, I know Ed was part of it in the beginning, but everyone who did Manga Book Club for Akira brought up some amazing points, things that I had forgotten about in the movie as well, things like that. But anyway, the cultural impact of Akira also is very important. There's a lot of artists out there who have taken imagery or some things with their own work that they've taken inspiration from Akira, and there's Kanye West. When he did the music video for Stronger, a lot of that imagery was Neo Tokyo imagery and him in a hospital gown and things like that. There was also the movie Chronicle. That was pretty much it was almost like a direct like inspiration kind of a movie. But if you've never seen that movie, it's about these 3 kids who find this. It's a found footage movie, and
yeah, that one.
What?
That one. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and they find this weird fucking crystal. One of the kid who holds the camera a lot, he's a kind of a nerd, and the 2 kids he's with are kind of like the popular kids. One of them is his cousin. They find this weird crystal thing underground, and they wake up like a couple days later with these crazy telekinetic, psychokinetic powers. By the end of the film, the kid who was holding the camera he's descended into madness. He's telling everyone that he's the apex predator and everyone is beneath him. even the climax of that film, he's waking up from the hospital and pretty much blowing it up as his dad is like yelling at him. And the last fight between him and his cousin is like a big Esper fight, which is fucking crazy. He's bloodied, he's in a hospital gown, he's crazy, he's reflecting bullets back at police and killing everyone, and if you do read interviews with the directors and writers of the film, Akira is one of the first things they talk about. Tetsuo's descent into madness and the power going to his head, the idea of being a god, the idea of being an apex predator. That's a good film. I recommend watching that. For those who don't or who haven't seen Akira, it is on Hulu. I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll, but
it's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
It's on who?
It's on yeah.
Who?
Hulu.
Who? What?
Lou.
Oh, Lou. I know Lou. Such a wonderful boy.
Where?
No, not Lou. Not Lou. Hulu.
Oh, who? No, who is Lou? Lou's the little neighbor boy down the street. His mother's always so nice. The boy's a bit of a mashugana, though.
No,
Mashugana.
it's first
Mashugana.
name Who,
Oh my
last
god,
name Lou.
I'm gonna start using that. Mashugana.
Mashugana is an all-purpose word, okay?
All-purpose word.
When you just need a little mashugana.
Mashugana.
Sounds like a thing Elvis would say.
I'll come to watch the movie at Sam's house. Sam, I'm coming over.
I'm down.
For
Down
some
to clown.
Mashugana?
We're gonna watch the movie when we hang out that day. You know.
I'm down to clown.
Sweet.
Little moo.
What happened to the watch party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to do a viewing?
No, we can all do a viewing. We'll do it all at the same time. I'll just be at Sam's house when we do it.
I'll just be at Sam's house when you do it.
Easy. I'll bring my whole setup.
We'll
have a LAN party.
Oh, LAN party, viewing party. I'm in. No, like Akira is great. Katsuhiro Otomo is awesome, and I give it a 9 as well. I give the movie probably like
10.
I give the movie probably a 9 or 10.
Give it a
too.
5 out of 7.
Damn.
The movie's a 10.
5 out
The
of
movie
7
is
with
a
rice.
10.
Here we
With
go.
rice.
Here we
The movie is
go.
No, the
I-
movie's
I
a 20.
will fight you guys on this. Yeah, it's easily a 63 out of 10.
Yeah, y'all fight you and you'll lose. Get out of here.
I'll fight you.
I'll
Shokugeki
card
me,
fight
bro.
you. Let's card fight.
Card fight Vanguard. Let's do it.
Card fight buddy fight. Let's buddy fight.
Oh god, I have a buddy fight deck. Anyway,
Fucking buddy fight.
thank you for thank you guys for coming on again. Me and Danny have not really talked about what the next book from book club would be. And if we're gonna do it the same way, or I think we're gonna do it the same time and day. But
We might. Well, I feel like Sundays are good for everyone except for Ed because he's a jerk. He's always busy.
because he's a jerk.
He's doing real thing. He's doing real life thing.
Yeah, what do you like doing real life stuff? Stupid.
But I feel like we'll take the month of December as like a vacation because of the holidays and everything, and
Yeah.
people, especially for me at least, I'm getting a lot of hours, and I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of time to like read and stuff, and every time I come home I'm tired.
Well, every time you come home, you're either tired or you're watching anime for our podcast. So that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
We understand you guys are busy. We can push it to like every 2 weeks or whatever's comfortable. It's not like we're in a
Yeah.
hurry.
Yeah.
Well, Sam and I will talk about it. So,
We will, for sure. And
but yeah.
so we will make sure we let you guys know that.
We did it.
We did, yeah, holy shit.
We did it.
Am I the only one who finds it kind of ironic? Akira's my first manga, and I gave it a 6.
It's all right.
You know
I
your
don't know if
problem
that's
is,
ironic.
dude?
I watched a lot of shit when I first started. I fucking watched School Days, and that was like my 5th or so anime, and I was like fucking ruined.
What is this?
If I hadn't like
Right.
watched like Toradora and good shit before I watched School Days, I would have like been turned off of anime almost completely. But I was lucky.
So I have like a question. I want like thoughts on how Sam and I did in coordinating this manga book club.
Okay. I think
From
you
you
guys
guys.
were fine. Like you were understanding when we needed rescheduling. Things come up where this isn't like supposed to be something that was really strict and really like strenuous on everybody.
Yeah,
It
this
was
is
supposed to be pretty
fun.
lax, and
Yeah.
I felt relaxed. I didn't feel pressured. I felt like everybody was cordial and everybody's fine. I think it was great.
I give you guys a 10 out of 10.
I gave you guys a 5 out of 7 with lewds.
5
Five
out
out
of
of
10,
7
or 5 out of 5 Dragon Lolly. There we go.
Ooh, that's high praise.
Okay. No, because Sam and I always love feedback, and we want to make things better and easy for everyone. So, I think Sam and I both knew that doing the meetings in voice chat would be a lot easier rather than just in the manga discussion channel.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
and
I
we
like-
get to record it. So, and that's awesome too. So, sorry, Sen, I interrupted you.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh.
For sure. Thank you. I love that, and we love doing this. Plus, it gets me to read more manga.
Hell yeah.
I've been reading Cardcaptor Sakura because I've been trying to I've never read it before. I read it a long time ago, and I probably read only like the first 3 volumes or something like that.
How do you like it?
Man, I fucking love it. I fucking love it because you have to understand that the only anime version of the anime I watched was the one on Kids WB, which is it got to Sailor Moon treatment. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
So yeah. So
Yikes.
I'm actually gonna rewatch the anime too, and then restart Clear Card. Because I feel like when I started Clear Card, I was like I didn't really understand it as much as.
Clear Card is so good.
I'm going to do
It's so
that.
It's so pretty and it's so clean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking do that, and when I'm done reading the manga and done reading Clear Card, I'm gonna rewatch all that stuff. I also have to start
Honestly,
watching.
I'm super happy that they continued the series in Cardcaptor Sakura rather than redoing it like they did with Sailor Moon.
With
Right.
Crystal or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate what they did with Crystal. Like they got rid of the fillers and everything. But again, they they ended season 3 how they ended not like how they ended with the original, but they didn't finish it. There's still the Pegasus saga, and like the Sailor Starlights and all that kind of stuff. So it's all like, finish it, man.
Right. So either way, and I'm also reading Crows. I'm a big Crows fan. If you haven't read it, if you're into school gang, school rumble shit, it's probably the best in that genre, in my opinion. And then after Crows, there's also Worst, that takes place afterwards. But anyway, it's been getting me to read more manga, so that's why I love Manga Book Club. So once we make the announcement, you guys can join or not join. If you guys want to continue to do it with us, you can. If you want me to take the role away from you so you don't get notifications, I can do that too. No problem. Danny can do it. So just let me know, and then I will.
They can get out. Oh no! That is not okay.
Yeah,
once you're in, you either drink the Kool-Aid or you get killed.
If we jumped you in, we have to jump you out.
You got jumped in. We're gonna come in. We're gonna do stuff to you.
We're gonna do something.
Then you can leave.
We're looking at you, Ed.
So threatening.
Yeah, Ed. Fucking Ed.
Just like, what if that was your threat? Like someone bumped into you, like all stupid, all rude, and you're just like, "Hey man, you want to go outside and I'll do stuff to you?" Like,
Do stuff to you.
Hey, buddy, you better watch out next time. Somebody a little meaner might do stuff to you.
yeah,
Oh
right.
my gosh.
How about we take this outside and I'll do stuff to you, pal? Huh?
Let's go to the hobby shop down the street and let me get some materials and I'll do stuff to you, buddy.
I used to do it to. I
Show
used
you
to,
to
do it
bump into me, haha.
I used to do it to people who used to bully me in high school. I'd bump into them on purpose, and I go like, "You want to go?" And they're like, "What's your problem, Sam?" I'd be like, "You want to go to McDonald's right now, get a Happy Meal?" And they'd be like, "What?" I'm like, "Let's go get a Big Mac right now." And then we were friends ever since.
See, what I did is I curled on the ground and tried not to cry, and then cried a lot.
Cried a lot.
10 out of 10. Worked every time.
I just agreed with them.
No, I'm
And
just
continued
kidding. Nobody
on my
knew I
day.
existed in high school.
Okay, this got real sad real quick. Let's just
No, it's all good. I am a grown adult somewhat. So
grown adult somewhat.
This is great.
Anyway, thank you guys again for coming here. Manga Book Club. Me and Danny will announce it. Thank you for listening. And subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube, the extra channel too, Anime Summit Extra. Links at animesummit.net if you want to follow us everywhere you can, sub everywhere you can, and all that good stuff. If
Our
you have
next
any,
manga will be Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. If you got any recommendations,
Spider-Man.
feel free to DM me or Danny as well about any
Yeah,
recommendations
please. I would prefer recommendations because that'll give us at least an idea of what we could read next.
Right.
Berserk.
Right. So
Yes, Daddy.
all right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you again. Love you.